So how about Urs?
Oh my God.
I've been waiting to talk about this.
Dude, this is gonna be like the most fun Olympia.
Yes,
I
I'm
am
so
like,
pumped.
and I feel like honestly with the live stream, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit and so
Ooh. Going in the bedroom where he's not supposed to.
can you see?
Oh.
What are
I
you
moved
doing?
my computer, but I can't. But Corn is underneath my desk right now,
Snoot.
like laying in like the little spot where my feet go. He's laying right there. Yeah. Oh,
Snoot.
look at the little snout.
Bad dog. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think like the fact that we're live streaming it. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, I'm an unpaid actor in this. Okay, go away. Um, it's gonna be so good because I feel like the hard thing about not having like front row seats at the Olympia is it's like you're off on the side and you can kind of see. We're gonna be able to, I mean, I know the live stream isn't like perfectly indicative of how they look, but neither, I mean, I don't know.
When you're sitting in the freaking crowd, though, like you can't see lines or anything
Shit.
anyways. Like in the
Yeah.
spots that we're sitting in, like we're not paying for like front row seats, obviously. And I also heard that they were like super expensive this year. So like I'm
Dude,
honestly okay not going.
they're
So
350 a person.
how much?
350 for
For
one
like
night.
regular seats?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I was like, we'll go fuck ourselves. Okay.
Yeah. No thanks. Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I think this is gonna be really fun. We're so fucking excited.
Yeah, we are so pumped to come out there and just do like a whole like Olympia watch party and stuff. It's gonna be so fun. And I think things are gonna get shaken up this year, especially because like Nick's back after
Oh
like
my
two
God,
years
I
off,
know.
and he looks nuts.
So
Absolutely
many
nuts.
reasons. So many reasons for this to be so fun and exciting. I literally
Mm-hmm.
can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Because like Derek barely beat him in Pittsburgh this year. So like now I've had some time in between, and now it's like, okay, well, what's gonna happen? Samson, coming back to defend his title. Like, can like Barton move up to kind of thing? Like Barton's been looking pretty good all year. And now Urs coming into open, like those comparison pictures of his like classic to open was like insane.
I, I know. I I literally can't wait. It's gonna be, especially with Oars coming into the Olympia with two pro wins.
Hmm. Hmm. I think I think he's still not quite where he needs to be like top in the open, but like
Oh, for sure.
he
Yeah.
could get there 100%.
I think he could definitely be top 10 for sure.
I think he can be top 10. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree with
I think
that.
maybe even like, well, it
Maybe like
depends.
6, 7, 8, somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
maybe. I mean, maybe like 7 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Yeah, because then there's
Because
like Brandon Curry and Bonac and like all these big guys that I don't think he'll be able to stand against. I think if
yeah,
like, yeah,
is
maybe
and
like
Hunter's taking the year off too, isn't he?
yes, he had
Okay,
some
that's right.
stuff and he got divorced and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I was curious about that because he just like popped up on my page one day and I was like, I haven't seen anything about him and Liv lately. And then I went to like her page and she has like nothing. And it's just back to like Liv Roth. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Obviously something, but who
well,
knows?
shit
I
happens. You
can
don't know the
imagine
whole
we'll never
story,
know.
man.
But they just got married recently, so
It's only been a couple years, I think. But yeah, I kind of
you
wonder.
know, who knows?
But we've both been in that divorce scenario. So it's sad, but like you just never know what goes on, you
Oh
know?
yeah. You never know. It's really, none of the world's business, I guess. We're all
Hmm.
just curious, but yeah, he's
Hmm.
back.
Also, the pictures, I said this before I even saw it, but like the pictures of Urs compared to like Dorian, and I was like,
I
that's
know.
yes, like he's like the little like he could be related to Dorian. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, if he was able to do all of that, like all that growth in a matter of a couple months, imagine what he's gonna do with an off season.
I know. Like, and it basically was pretty much like I was watching like a bro chat and Fuad had said that like Stefan was like, we basically just didn't have to lose muscle this time. He's like, we could just like cut down to where he
Yeah,
was like ready and like he was ready to go. So
like
like
what?
that was pretty cool to see. And it's cool that like, and like we kind of, it's funny because Tyler was kind of like at the Arnold this year, he was like, man, because when we saw him there, he was off season, like full off season. And he's like, Hers just needs to go to open. He's like, he's freaking huge. And I was
I
like,
know.
yeah. So
I'm
I'm glad
so,
that he made the switch. Mhm.
yeah, I'm really excited for it. It'll be pretty sweet to see.
And then Keon is going to do open in Prague after the Olympia.
Yeah,
So it'll be interesting.
a lot to watch for. Very
Mhm.
exciting.
Mhm.
Very exciting.
Oh, yeah. And then the new rules and stuff. Did we talk about that last week? I don't think so.
Oh no, we didn't do a podcast last week.
Or I mean, the podcast prior to this one. Did we talk about it?
Oh, no, because they just released that within a week.
They did. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank the
My
Lord.
timelines are all messed up, but
Yeah, I think that's gonna be so much better.
I so from what I understand is it's like nothing changed at all for like figure, women's physique, 212 and fitness, right? Like you just have to win an open show. Because they brought back points for like men's physique, bikini and wellness
And classic.
and classic, that's what it was. Yeah, so classic, no, yeah, men's physique. Let me
Let me
see.
just
Let me
make
pull this
sure.
up here.
Okay. Yeah, so all the new system applies for, yeah, classic, men's, physique, bikini, and wellness.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pull it up here so that I can, where did it go?
So nothing changes for you guys. And then for everybody else, top 25 in the points, top three from the Olympia qualify. And then if you win two pro shows, you qualify.
Okay, so it's no longer just like if you win a pro show, you go, you have to win two pro shows, or like just the points matter
Yeah.
overall. Okay, because what I initially thought was that it was still just like win a pro show, you get qualified, but then they're adding an additional like
No, 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 no,
5
no.
people. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there are gonna be so many people there. So I misunderstood that.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be way, way better because that's gonna be allow more people to compete more often, but also not take away spots from people and also limit the amount of people that get there, you know? Because like bikini, men's physique, classic get to be so deep in the lineup. It's like it takes forever to go through those, you know?
I feel like with the two winning the two pro show thing and the top 25 and the top three in the, I feel like, and then you automatically qualify if you win like Pittsburgh and stuff. They may end up just doing like top 15 or 20 in points because this is still going to create like 40, 45 competitors.
That's true.
Still too
Yeah.
many. I think 30 is enough.
Yeah, I feel like that would be enough. Like, and it doesn't have to be 30 for like each division. I think it should be, they should kind of like look at if they can get this data, I guess, and look at the number of pros registered to compete for the year, right? And
Yep.
then do like a certain percentage of each division. And then that's so they can kind of keep it spread across where it's going to be very similar, I guess, in, abilities and who qualifies and whatnot. So like I think it's cool that they did that.
It's gonna be so much better. Yeah, it's at least a step in the right direction to not making these shows so freaking long and huge. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh,
Mm-hmm.
it was brutal to
Mm-hmm.
watch.
Yeah. Because at least we'll be in like the same time zone as like the Olympia this year. But like those that are like over in like the East Coast trying to like live stream the Olympia, they're up to like 1 or 2 a.m. trying to finish it,
No,
you know?
well, because I thought, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, Vegas is an hour behind us.
Oh, they're an hour behind you guys too.
Yeah, because Vegas and Nevada and Arizona are on like their own time frame.
Okay, because they don't do daylight savings.
Correct.
There we go. My screen was frozen for a second.
I know, it was weird. I was like, what?
I was like
So
frozen.
we'll be an hour ahead of them, but still, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Like, I think that's totally fine. Um, nope, I'm excited for it. We talked a little bit about like your client that competed this weekend, and we talked about that we fired a client this week. So there's are just things that happen too in like coaching that you have to handle and manage, and it's tough sometimes. But like with travel for the client and stuff, and like how you were like, I gotta get back on my shit now and everything. Like, so this whole thing is kind of like it really is a lifestyle, you know? And I feel like a lot of people don't quite understand that, you know, or think that, I mean, it's a hobby, but it is definitely like a part-time job when you get into it. So
Oh, 1,000,000%.
I think it kind of goes back to like our point from previous podcasts about like when you're getting into this, like understand what you're getting into. And if you want to take it like farther and like become a pro at it, like you have to understand the time commitment needed for this. Cause, you know, I think in the situation that I had, this client didn't understand the actual time commitment and thought they could just do it like for funsies, and it just was like not going to happen like that. And like then we got like no feedback because they just didn't have time, and that just doesn't set up for a very good coach client relationship, you know. So your coach client relationship is super important throughout this process as well.
Well, I think people have a, I'm gonna try to not get on a soapbox, but knowing me, I'm gonna get on a soapbox. So everybody sit down and buckle up.
Soapbox.
Grab a snacky, grab some nibbles or something. Um, I feel as though, so there's coachability, right? Which is what you and I are kind of talking about a minute ago. And there is such a stark difference between the results a client who is coachable experiences and a
Mhm.
client who is not coachable. And when I say not coachable, this means that this is how what that would look like. Questioning you, not asking questions. There's a difference between asking questions and
Yes.
questioning. And I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. I apologize, everybody, if you've heard me talk about this already. I'll kind of gloss over it, but I can speak for myself and Kayla that we love when clients ask questions just to gain knowledge. Like if they're like, hey, I would love to know like why you programmed this, or why do we use these foods, or what does this supplement do? Like by all means, ask us questions. Like I love talking about bodybuilding. I love educating my clients or why I'm doing something. That's fun. Those conversations are fun. When you're questioning your coach because you don't trust them, and you're constantly like, and I don't mean like they're giving you a crazy drug protocol and you're like, oh, I don't know about this. I mean, like it's like a constant theme of just they'll send you a plan and you're like, I want to change this and I don't think we should do this, and I my body responds to this better because I know my body. It's like, first of all, no, you don't. If you knew your body, you wouldn't need a coach. You would already be where you want to be. Your results reflect where you're at.
Yep.
And we can feel it. Like you can feel when a client doesn't trust what you're doing.
Oh, 100%.
It is these shitty, I don't want to take your money. I don't want any involvement in this. If you don't think I can get you where you want to be, that's fine. Go hire somebody else. But like for you to be paying me to manipulate my plan down to what you want to do is a complete waste of your money and my time.
Yep.
Don't like if you're waiting for someone to validate what you want to do, that is a you problem. That is not, oh, like I'm going to feel better about it because I paid a professional to basically tell me that what I want to do is the right thing to do. No, you care more about being right than getting results. You are
Yep.
not coachable.
Yep. And
Or
I'm going to add to that. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing something either, whether you're a very new beginner at it or if you've been doing it for like 8, 12, 15 years. Like you still should have this mindset of like, I want to learn and I want to grow. Like I've been doing this for 10 years. Like I've gone through all kinds of phases with my training and like my programming. Sometimes it's a little scary because I'm like I've never done that before. It's kind of freaky. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm like, I hired this person for a reason. I trust them, so I'm gonna try it and gonna give it a shot. Most of the time, it always worked out pretty well. Like there were some times where I like did a few things like training or nutrition wise or supplement wise that I was like, that was probably a bad idea. But like it was of my own, I didn't ask questions. I didn't ask the right questions, I guess I should say. Or I didn't do my own research behind it to where I just like kind of followed blindly about doing something versus like asking like, well, why do we take this supplement? Blah, blah, blah. So, and like nothing bad has ever really happened to me. I want to like make that clear. But like there are times where like my training has gone through phases and like I've changed how I train, based on what my goals are and like the level that I'm at too. So you have to be willing to push into that discomfort and just be okay with like, well, I don't know where this is headed and I'm just gonna trust and just give it a shot. Cause the worst that's gonna happen is that you're just gonna fail and like you just try again.
Yeah. It's just for those of you that are listening that have never coached somebody, this may be confusing because you're like, no, like now I'm afraid to ask questions. That's not what we're talking about.
Yep.
And those of you that are listening that are coaches, you'll know exactly what we're talking about when a client is just like very arrogant about what they know. What's that phenomenon called? Oh man, I wish Dan was here. Where you think you're an expert on something because you don't know what you don't know.
Oh, I can't think of it.
Yeah. So
I know what you're
someone,
talking about though.
yeah, they learn like a little bit about something and then they think they're like an expert on it all of a sudden. And
Hmm.
so they operate as if that's the case when really they know literally like the smallest tip of the iceberg and don't know
Yeah.
at all
Yep.
how that works in real time, how to apply these things to fluid variables, all this stuff. So anyway, I have gotten to a point too where if I get a sense of that on a consult call, I do not take these clients on. And it's miserable to coach, to be honest. Like, who wants to coach somebody that thinks
Hmm.
you're wrong about like half the shit you're doing? It's like, then why'd you hire me? Like, I would
Yep.
imagine if you're hiring me, it's because you're a referral. You maybe follow me on social media, which I mean, no one really hires me through that because I don't really post a ton, but all of my clients are referral based. So they've seen the results I can get with people or they've heard about me. Um, we have a consult call and if you're going into that, like why it's, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you hire me if you want to do it your way? I'm not
Hmm.
going to do it your way.
Hmm.
That's your way got you where you're at now, where you're in the position where you're not happy with your results and you want to do something different.
Yep.
Um, I've even like I just am so firm about this. Like, and it's not in a mean way. It's just like, hey, I wish you all the best. We're not the right fit. Because I can't operate freely as a coach in that kind of relationship. And I know this to be true because the clients that I've had that listen and do what I ask of them. And yes, of course, they ask questions or they give me feedback on how they're feeling. And then I make adjustments to account for what they're feeling and what's going on, of course. Like, it's not like
Mhm.
I'm like, sit down, shut up, and never, it's not that. It's
Just
just
push through it. You're fine. Like, no.
they give me the biofeedback I need, and they trust me to make the best decision for their health. And if they have a question or a concern, they let me know and we address it. We talk through
Mhm.
it. All of these clients have had amazing results. I have never had one that just we like nothing happened, like just nothing happened. It's literally only the people that refuse to follow the plan and they question every little thing and they just want to do it their way. Those
Yes.
people every time don't get results.
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
No, 100%. And then it like, one is you have to have buy-in. Like as the coach, you have to get them to buy in, but also like as the client, if you're going to invest in the coach, you have to buy into the process, even though it might be scary. It might be something different. It might be the total opposite of what you've always done. But you reached out to like this coach, you know, one of us for a reason that you're looking for an answer that you can't get to, and this coach has. So you have to be willing to trust that process. So buy into it. But then
Yeah.
also, like, when you do, like, the clients that I have that have been very successful are 100% all in on what they do. They're not just kind of like half-assing it. Because if you half-ass anything, you're going to get half-assed results. Like, it is very true. And that is like the part about this sport and like coaching that honestly that I really enjoy is like you get out what you put in. Like, even with my lifestyle clients, you get out what you put into it. Like, I've had lifestyle clients that freaking crush it because they just like get into it, buy into the like meal prepping and whatnot. They get their stress under control, and then they just start seeing results that they've never had before by doing like less work most often. Because I tell them like, hey, you got to manage your stress, like, because that's like number one thing across the board for everybody is stress. And if as long as you learn how to manage that, like, you're golden. So it's just being able to do that and be coachable and have that communication with your coach too is very important. Because if something's hurting or something just like isn't working into your schedule, like whether it be a meal or something, or your leg day is just like too long on the days you're supposed to do it. So like you just don't have time to finish it. Communicate that with your coach, because then like, heck yeah, I'm happy to change it. Like, I don't know what goes on in your everyday life. Like, we're all busy. We all have jobs, families, you know, pets, like other obligations that we're doing. So it's like you have to understand and be able to like give that feedback and communicate with your coach too. Like, that is, I'm huge on that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000,000%. Like it's, and those people that do that, they tend to be a little bit more high strung and neurotic. I don't mean neurotic like as a neuroses. I mean neurotic just kind of all over the place and like constantly wanting to change their mind and do something different. And if something doesn't work for one day, we got to change it. And I'm like,
Very emotionally driven.
yes. And I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, I know that your stress management is going to be a battle. Uh, and I hate to say this, I don't mean to be like, everyone has their niche. This is part of the reason why I don't love, I don't know if I should, I don't even know if I should say this.
Fuck it, say it.
I make exceptions. Historically, I don't typically coach more mature women for this reason. There, like I said, there are exceptions. I have probably 4 mature women I coach right now. Gems, love them.
Mhm.
But I'm very clear up front because you ladies want to do it your way and you're stubborn. And it's all, I think, I don't know if it's because of the dynamic of I get this a lot because I'm in my mid 30s. I just don't understand. Like, I just don't, I'm
I
like,
get
well,
that a lot too.
yeah. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, first of all, I don't have to be in menopause to have an understanding of what that entails and what that is. I don't have to be 50. Like, and not only that, I find that they're so defined by their age. Like,
Mhm.
everything revolves around their age. It's like, well, my metabolism just doesn't work anymore because I'm in my 50s, or I just look disgusting. Like the self-talk, the body
Yes.
dysmorphia, it
Mhm.
is crazy on these. And a lot of, they're all beautiful. They look so good and they work so hard and they're mamas and they're just like these incredible women, but they can't see it. And I'm like listening on the console and I'm just like, no, like, and it's not because I don't want to help. It's not that at all. It's just, I can just tell because I'll say something and they'll be like, well, no, my body responds to this. And I'm like, yeah, no, we can't. Because you're not coachable. And it's,
Mhm.
I love you, like I love you ladies, but it's just you're so wrapped up in the story that your
Yep.
body has failed you and that your body is gross and that it's
And that
never,
this is just how it is.
and you got to get your body back. And yeah, just accept it. Because when you're old, it's just blah. I'm like, do you know how many women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are getting on that stage looking insane
Mhm.
as bikini pros? And it's not
Mhm.
because like only because they have amazing genetics. Like you should see some of their before and afters. These ladies either maybe they lost a lot of weight, maybe they had no muscle, maybe they are mamas of like 4 or 5 kids, now adult kids.
Mhm.
And they're not defined by their age. They like, yes, we all age. Like aging is a real thing. No one can escape it. And yeah, things change a little bit, like your skin elasticity changes. But it doesn't mean like, oh, just I'm screwed, just throw in the towel. There's no point in doing anything because I'm just disgusting now. Because I'm like,
Mhm.
who the fuck wants to live like that? Like that
Mhm.
sounds like what a horrible narrative. And
Yep.
it's so pervasive amongst mature women, and they refuse to let it go.
It is, and I feel like it's because of, like, the generation that it is because what they grew up with, like, weight loss is like carbs are bad, fats are bad, and then like you have to just do like more work, more work, more work all the time. And they also grew up in an age where like HRT was just estrogen therapy. So like, and they heard all the things about cancer and like all this kind of stuff. So like I've had kind of pushback on that kind of stuff with like when I recommend like, hey, we should make an appointment with an HRT clinic like because you're a good candidate for it. Like if you want to feel better, lose weight, blah blah blah. Like we gotta get your testosterone up, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like I think it's worth like the consult. Like they can explain a lot to you, and like all this type of stuff, and make you feel better like right away. Like you want immediate results, why not do this? Like it's gonna give you some sort of a result. And I get a lot of pushback from that. So it takes a little bit of time sometimes, and like with and with my functional people too, like I don't like advertise that I take functional, but I still do. But again, it has to be the right person and the right fit because I've had it happen where like every week they're just like, can we go into a cut yet? Can I lose weight? Why am I just so fat? I just can't do this. Like I just like had a bad day and I like had to have Oreos and stuff like that. And I'm like trying to manage their stress. And then it's like getting worse because they're just like not doing that part of it. Like and this goes for any age group too. They just want immediate gratification and that immediate result. And that's not what it is sometimes. And especially with the middle-aged women, it's hard to coach because they have felt so bad for so long that they just want something to feel better. And that's how they get locked into stuff like Beachbody and like Herbalife and like all these like MLM BS things, because they're just like they do get that immediate result and that like feel good, like, oh, I did it once, I can do it again. And then they just wear themselves out so much with just like doing all these things and trying to diet and diet and diet and diet. And then you tell them, like, okay, guess what? We're not going to diet right now. And they're like, what? But if you buy into it, it fucking works. Like I've had that happen with all the middle-aged women that I coach. Hi, Dan.
Maybe you're screaming.
I always scream.
And Bill's always so happy to see him.
That's cute.
The BB.
So yeah, it is definitely a specific demographic of its own. And I do know people that are very, very good with it and love coaching that age group. But for like, I guess people like us that are just like, hey, this is it. This is what you do. If you have problems, tell me, but want more buy-in, I guess, is like it's tough. Or like just to understand how to like talk to them maybe or like get their mindset to change. Like for me, that's kind of tough sometimes.
I almost feel like it would be for the women that are kind of like in the mindset of like you just don't know what it's like, you know what I mean, which is what I get, like the pushback,
Mhm.
like, you just don't know what it's like. I'm like, well, no, I'm not 55, I'm 36. Like I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't mean I can't guide you to where you want to be.
Right.
um it's not like if you went through life only listening to people that have been in your exact shoes, like you're going to be pretty fucking limited. um
Hmm.
doesn't mean I don't have anything to offer you, and if you feel that way, why are you hiring me? You know what I mean? Then sometimes I'm like, maybe it would be good for them to work with a coach who is in their age group, but still does a fantastic job, or a male. Because I find
Mhm.
that sometimes women who are a little bit more stubborn, having a male come in and be like, no, this is what we're doing. They just tend to listen to that a little bit better than me, which I
Mhm.
understand. And I'm like, hey, what all I care about is that you get to where you want to be. If it's with me, amazing. If it's not, fine. Like that's totally cool. It's not like whatever's best for their care is what I care about. I'm
Mhm.
not in the business of
Yep.
having as many clients as possible. So it's like, I just want to enjoy the clients I work with. I want them to enjoy working with me.
Mhm.
So that's where like, I think it's just a personality thing because I just don't feel that way. Like my boss, in my contracting job, he's like 6 years younger than me and he's fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? Like he's
Mhm.
quite a bit younger than me. Um, and I don't look at him like he's less mature, knows less than me. Like,
Right.
and yeah, like maybe a few things, but I still look up to him in this mentorship way. And I know
Mhm.
that's like a small age bracket. I get that I'm talking about like women in their mid 40s or mid 50s or even into their 60s. Um, but if I have something to learn, if someone knows more than me on a topic, I'm going to listen to them regardless of the age.
Mhm.
Like what I think, like what I want a woman in her 50s to listen to me about parenting advice, like absolutely, that'd make no fucking sense. Like
Right.
I would never offer that because I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like I'm not an expert in parenting, nor do I have children.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
but what I do know a lot about is training and nutrition and prepping for bodybuilding competitions, and you
How
don't.
the body works.
Yeah, like I'm only giving you information on, yeah. So anyway, um, yeah, that's my tough one with that. But
Mhm.
like I said, like I do have a few ladies that are so incredibly coachable, wonderful women, really great communicators. So that's not like a general like every mature woman's like that. I'm just saying I find it
Yeah. No.
in with them than girl or women who are in like their 20s or 30s.
Mhm.
It's more of an obstacle.
Yeah, I agree. I have a few like that middle age, like 40 to I actually just got a 67-year-old lady, and I'm very excited to work with her. And
Amazing.
it's one of my middle-aged ladies' mom. So it was super cool. So I get to work with both of them now. And the one that's like middle-aged, she's like just starting to go through the menopausal phase and stuff. And then her mom has got like rheumatoid arthritis, like a lot of inflammation stuff she's working through, wants to lose some weight and everything. So we're just working through things like that and like those ones are super fun because like the younger is helping her mom with like, okay, here's how you do the workouts and like has been getting her into like their gym and stuff. So it's cool because now they kind of have each other to like lean on in this case. And
Yeah,
like
and they
it's
can
just
like
fun.
they're doing it together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really excited about it. She's just starting like this week, so I just like sent everything out to her. But like, she's been on like medications and stuff for like her arthritis and she was 30. Like that's so over yeah, she's been on medications more of her lifetime than she has not been for arthritis. And so I just like feel horrible and just want to see if I can help her out in any way. And not saying that like I can like overcome like a medical condition by any means, but we can do things to reduce inflammation in the body. So
Yeah, that's
yeah, I'm
amazing.
I'm excited about it. So ones like that are just like they kind of have that like athlete mentality. Like I just want to be my best. I want to do better. Things like that. Like those are the type of people I resonate with very well, whether you're a lifestyle, a competitor, a functional person, like you just have this go-getter attitude. And I don't know if this is you too, but I've noticed that like the types of clients that I have too are all very like high achieving individuals. Like I have a girl that's pre-med. I just got another one that's pre-law. I got um a mom of four that runs this big company and she's like the leader of this team. I don't know exactly what she does, but like things like that and like other people that own their own businesses. So it's just really cool to see that and that there's just kind of this commonality, whether they're like a competitor or a lifestyle or functional, like they're all like in the same kind of group, which is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's
Mhm.
awesome. I love that. See,
And
because like,
just across ages too.
yeah, oh, 100%. That's what I was saying. Like, like it's definitely, people like that are out there. Like people that I found that there are people that just really feel like they can learn so much from anybody, regardless of age. And
Mhm.
like that, I feel like are just go through life more fulfilled because they're just able to take nuggets of information from anybody where they feel like, you know what I mean, is applicable for them, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
the people that are like, no, I've been doing this and I'm in my blur, so I know the way. And it's like, just because you've had one experience, you've experienced something for your whole life one way does not mean that's the only way.
Right.
You stop learning. It's just like, I don't understand going
Mhm.
through that way.
Mhm. And it comes down to that. It's like you stop learning or you stop growing when you decide that you're an expert or you let your ego get in the way and you're just like over just like trying to learn something new, whether it's from someone younger than you or not. Like there's constant research about everything coming out nowadays. So it's like, I mean, my viewpoints on certain things, not just bodybuilding wise, have changed like throughout the years as I've just made myself more aware of certain things, like in like everyday life. So it's just having that mindset of that I want to learn, I want to be a sponge is super important to just excelling in anything.
Yep. 1,000,000%. Couldn't
Hmm.
agree.
Are you guys training tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to go?
No, not right.
Okay.
Baby, where are you at in your routine?
Well, has he exercised yet?
No, not yet. I was gonna do it when we got back, maybe because it's still kind of hot.
Uh, the garage might be all right. Why don't I take him down right now?
Because
You guys can finish up the podcast.
you've been doing it for days.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just take him down. You guys finish up and then we'll go.
Okay, so we're good. I
I'd say
don't,
I'll cut this part out, but I don't know how to do that. So you guys get to listen to us figure that out.
right? No, oh man, I say this all the time, but I don't deserve Dan. He's wonderful. Like, happy to help whenever, wherever.
Hmm. Getting a good partner is super important.
My God, it is like, that's a whole other podcast.
Oh God, yeah, we could talk about that for days. Even like just relating it to bodybuilding, like having the right partner is so important. But just in overall life, the number one most important decision you make is the person you're going to marry in your life. Like, fully believe that,
Especially if you're gonna make small humans with them.
especially that. Mhm.
Especially that, yeah.
Especially that one. Hmm.
Oh man, I
So,
want to recap Rising Phoenix a little bit, just
oh
because
yeah, sure.
it was an all women's show, which was so cool.
Oh,
Like
I
the
didn't
judges,
know that.
yeah, that's the whole point of that show.
Oh, maybe I did know that. I just didn't pay attention to that it was this weekend.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know.
So like on that points thing where it says like the top 3 women in bodybuilding at Rising Phoenix qualify for the Olympia, that's that show.
Okay.
So they have pro, it's a pro show in all women's divisions.
All women's bodybuilding world champion show. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up NPC news and pull up pictures then, so we can look at
Because it's
this.
bikini, figure, wellness, fitness, physique, bodybuilding.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
And
Isn't
it's
that the one where Sarah Villegas gives away the big like women's physique prize?
no, that's at
That's a
the
different one.
Texas show.
That's a different one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but that's a Texas Pro.
IFBB Rising Phoenix. Here we go.
It's an
Okay.
all women's judging panel. So it was Becky Clausen, Robin Maher. I don't know. I'm saying that wrong. Bernadette, Erica. Who's the 5th one? Oh, Allie. She used to live here. Allie Petriella. She is such a sweetheart. She
Oh.
actually became a pro judge recently. And she moved to Texas because now I think she's mainly working with Bernadette a lot. But she was a Colorado judge for a long time. Or not a long time, she's super young, but for like her up and coming, like before she became a pro judge.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got to see her and catch up with her a little bit. She's so sweet. Like
Oh,
such
that's super cool. Well,
all of the
is that the show that Destiny and Amber Lynn did this weekend then?
yeah,
Okay, so you guys were there.
yeah.
Okay, I totally just
Dude,
missed that.
you okay?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this webpage is kind of like fucked up because it says Bikini, Cristo Bellina Torres won, but she definitely looks like a figure girl.
No, that's Bikini.
That's Bikini?
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah.
Oh, she looks like she could be in figure.
So when everyone talks about how they're ready to go to a national show because they won their regional show in Bikini, no.
Look at that. Like, I legit thought this was figure.
Click on her front pose.
Close. Close.
It's right there. Just click on it. Oh yeah.
Okay. Can you still see it? See it pop up?
I don't know if this is just super delayed, but I'm still just seeing her walk.
Hold on. I think I have to reshare the window. There we go. There.
Everyone's like, we don't, yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, dude.
But I like it. Like, I like the look.
Yeah. So this is, yeah, this is her second win.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can find, like, yeah, like Bikini has developed so much. Like, just look at like she has delts, she has arms, like she has muscle there.
Yes. Yeah, keep clicking till you see her. Are they not going to show her back, but oh, almost one more.
Oh man.
That's clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's almost in it here. So yeah, just obviously like girls are not looking like this at national shows, but they're not super crazy far off. I just want to recenter for everybody, amateurs listening to this. The standard for Bikini is in such a killer spot. It is, I love it actually. There's a huge bar here. Now Christabelina has been to the Olympia 6 times. She is not a young, or I shouldn't say young, she's very young. She's young, of course, but she's not a new pro. Like she's been developing for probably over the last 10 years or so, at least. But Bikini has gotten to a really cool place, in my opinion. Some people will disagree with me, and that's why they put Fit Model in, because Fit Model now is kind of what Bikini was. Bikini is a much more muscular, athletic look. I don't even want to say athletic because it's really not. It's a very muscular, feminine look. The density these ladies have is incredible. Seeing it in person back there. I mean, when I say back there, I mean backstage. Because I go to pro shows several times a year. I'm very familiar with how this looks in person. That's why, like, coaches locally will be like, oh yeah, we're gonna send so-and-so to a national show. I'm like, you guys literally, and like people around here, like when they hear me bitch about my glutes, like, no, you're good. I'm like, you guys, no, I'm not.
You're like, you have no idea.
Literally no. So obviously these are like very developed pros that are some of the best. So obviously like girls at national shows are not quite here yet because there's like, you earn your pro card and there's a whole other level you have to then get to be a competitive pro. But yeah, dude, I thought that that couldn't have been more perfect that you thought the Bikini Pro winner was figure.
Literally. Yeah. I just opened it. I was like, oh, her delts are way too big. Like, I was like, that's definitely figure. And then it's not. So it's like, yeah, like she's got huge delts. Like, that's what you need. But like in person, like here in these pictures, she looks like she's like pretty muscular. But in person, I bet you she's like pretty petite, right?
Yes and no, but that's how she looks in person.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Like if you put her next to a figure girl, you'd be like, oh shit, I see the difference.
That's what I'm gonna do now is pull up figure.
Yeah. So like if you put a bikini girl next to a figure girl, you'd be like, okay, but a lot of bikini girls, their glutes are bigger than figure girls.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's
Not that figure like doesn't do glutes because you still need glutes in figure, but at the same time, like you still.
It's not as much of a focus as it is in bikini. Like figure, of course, you have to have developed glutes, but it's not like half of your scoring is glutes on bikini.
Right. Okay. So this is the winner for figure. And like you can see like off the bat, like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, this
Huge
makes
difference.
sense. Like her delts are huge, her quads are huge compared to like the last girl that just was up. I forgot her name. Christabelina.
Yep.
Okay, that's what it was. Let me find her front pose here. But yeah, like her delts are massive. Like,
Yeah. So that's why I say, like, I think it's just when people, when people say like bikini's getting too big, it's like the divisions are so developed now. That bikini in comparison to her, like Krista Bellina's very small delts in comparison to,
yes.
But it's just not what people think it is. Like, it's just like I see girls that compete locally and they look wonderful, like they're well on their way, but they've still got several years of development to go. Not, I mean, there are some girls locally here that are very developed, but I'm just saying in general, this is what I'm talking about when I say like people just don't have a very good understanding of what the criteria is. Like, and the criteria is the same as it's always been, but it's developed and evolved over time. And my client and I went to the judges posing seminar the night before, which was really cool to hear mainly Becky and Bernadette were speaking, and answering questions and talking about the criteria and what they want to see. And it was really cool to hear them, like, even they sometimes have a hard time with I was talking about women's physique and women's bodybuilding, and they were like, we still really want to see femininity. Like, they're not necessarily reward, because one lady asked, like, are you guys looking more for conditioning in women's bodybuilding? Are you looking for structure? And Becky was like, she kind of was basically saying that structure is more important than conditioning. Now, conditioning still needs to be to a certain level, but she was like, we want to see that feminine structure, that X frame. That's what they're looking for so they want to see both, but she was like, they value that shape more than just hard grainy conditioning. Now she was like, if you're a competitor who doesn't have the best shape, then you have to come in very conditioned.
And I think that's a good point to bring up with like in women's bodybuilding last year, like Angela Yao versus Andrea Shaw. Like Angela came in second. Angela was more conditioned, but Andrea has a much prettier shape and she's more feminine than Angela. So it's like that's where that line is drawn, you know, because if like even like I don't know if this is bad to say, but like going back to like Iris Kyle, you know, when she won the Olympias, the femininity was just kind of gone, you know? So that's where like I'm glad when they brought it back around, they put a really big emphasis on like femininity with it. Cause I think Andrea Shaw is like beautiful and like I think she looks gorgeous. Let me show you. I'll pull up.
Can I just tell you, I sat 10 feet from Andrea Shaw while she was getting glazed backstage.
No way.
Holy shit. Like,
Is she just like massive?
I was like not calm. I was not well. I was not calm. I was sitting backstage with my friend Amber, who was waiting for the pros to go. And so like bodybuilding, they were, women's bodybuilding, we're getting glazed and whatever. And I was just like, they're gluing her into her suit. I was trying not to stare like a psycho. This woman, there is not 1 inch or centimeter of her that is not bubbly and dense and like perfect skin. She was so funny. Like, she was being so nice to everyone backstage, like the tanners, they were joking and like messing around, and she was just laughing and having a good time. Like, like it was like looking at a Da Vinci statue. It was like she didn't seem like a person. She was just like a being, like just like her own entity. I was just like, okay. Like, being around women's bodybuilders and pro bodybuilders and physique competitors, like, it was like a mini Samson.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for real.
Just
In 2022, when we went to the Olympia, I was like walking in and like Sarah Villegas was like walking by and I was like, oh my God, that's Sarah. And it was after she had won. And I was just like, hey, really, like, congratulations. Like, you crushed it. Like, I think you're look amazing, like, cause she's beautiful for women's physique. And
Yeah,
like, she just was so nice and so sweet. And like, she also does a lot to like keep pushing women's physique out. Like, she'll give her own prize money for like a
yeah,
prize at one of the other shows. We were talking about that earlier. But she's really an advocate for like women's physique and just having that femininity there too and stuff. So it's pretty awesome. But I think just being in the presence of something like that is super cool too. Like Andrea Shaw, like here, I'll pull it up quick. I found her pictures. Like, look at that.
my God. Like,
She's gorgeous.
I can't even describe to you like what it was like sitting next to that. Like literally, because we like the backstage area was humongous.
Mhm.
It's just like a giant, it's just the back third of the arena floor. Because it was this was in an arena.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so we're just like laying on the ground and like right next to the Tanners. And I was just like, oh
Just
my
watching this
fucking,
like specimen of a
like
person.
I'm literally in the presence of like greatness right now. And she, oh my God, she was just, I couldn't stop staring. I felt like a
That's
weirdo.
so awesome. That's
I was
so
just so impressed. Like, I mean, obviously it's Andrea Shaw, but just like seeing it in person, like seeing the muscle move as she walked around, I was just like, dude, what the fuck?
It is a thing. Okay, I remember this one time. It was actually the very first NPC show I ever watched. This was 2016 because it was the year before I moved to Fargo. I drove all the way over here, and Iris Kyle and Hidedata were guest posing here in Fargo. And I had just so happened to get here, like to get to watch the show, and like I knew absolutely nobody either. So like I just was here, like I just want to watch the show. I walked in behind that woman and I watched her hamstrings move like they were like bubblum, 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 like, and it wasn't like body fat at all. It was like her actual muscle, like going like this, like on
Zero.
her legs. It was crazy.
Body fat isn't even in the chat. Like,
No, like look at this. Look at her legs and her glutes.
I can't even just, yeah, it was so, like, that was one of the coolest parts of the show. Cause like, I mean, I've been around women's physique, but not that close up with them, like in their suits, just walking around, not this caliber of competitor.
Yeah.
In fucking sane, insane.
Look at her glutes. Holy shit.
Yeah. Everyone that's like just listening is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you're listening to this, like go onto YouTube and watch this because like it is just way cool. Or if you're not able to watch, like go to NPC News Online and like look up the pictures. Like, and especially like speaking of that, like use NPC News Online as like a resource. Like go and like look up shows after they're done. Like if you don't get to watch them or live stream them, like go and look at the people competing because that is how you it's like on one of my favorite tabs, like when you pull up like Google Chrome or whatever, and it gives you like suggested websites. It is like the number one website I go to. So yeah, like use it because it's there for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's so many incredible competitors and just being knowledgeable of your sport is really cool. Like, not that everyone has to know every single competitor, but you should be like you should have an understanding of what's going on in the sport.
Mhm.
Top people and the
Mhm.
criteria and stuff like that. But the main thing was I wanted my client to do this show because we did a show earlier in the year, 5 weeks ago. And then I was like, we need to go out of state for a show. Not because anything's wrong with Colorado. It was just I wanted her to see pros in person and I wanted her to get in
Mhm.
front of because she had never seen a pro in person, a bikini pro, or any pro for that matter. Um, and I was like, you need to see what you're working towards because it will, I feel like when girls don't know how much density is required, they can feel like there's another level of intensity that will come into your training and your intention in your off season when you've seen in person what the stand.
Mhm.
If you're
Mhm.
like, yeah, I should grow, but like you'll have, I notice it's easier to slip into those lulls in your training of where you're still working hard, you're sweating, you're going through the motions, but the intention isn't quite there. If you've seen, like you stand next to a pair of fucking glutes and you're looking at them and you're looking at yours and you're like, okay, I get it now. Like every
Mhm.
single time I walk into that gym needs to be like, phone is off, or sorry, phone is on, do not disturb, headphones are in. Every decision you make around your nutrition is to set you up for a really good training session. Like you become so present to the work that's required in a really fun way. Like that's the point. It's not like, yeah, there's maybe a few girls that were athletes in college and they have a lot of that development already and they don't have to lock in quite as much. But for most of us, that's not the case. And it just
Mhm.
brings so much intention to what they're doing. And I just saw her, like when she saw these girls, she was like, I think what she said was like, she's like, I feel so blessed to even like share the same stage. Like the fact that I even walked on the same floor as them is crazy. And not
Mhm.
that like we should hold them on this crazy pedestal, but she was like, oh my God, like I totally see like what I need to do. And it's not
Yes.
that she wasn't working hard before. She's one of the hardest workers I've ever met. I just think the intention with like, I got to recruit every fiber. I have to dot every I. I have to make sure that like everything is not that you take the fun out of training and overanalyze it, but it's just there's no time for to be slacking. There's no time to just be kind of like going through the motions. Like, no, like it just brings a whole other level of purpose into what you're doing
Mhm.
when you
Mhm.
see what you're working towards in person right in front of you.
Mhm.
And I think that there was so much value in that and value in like Olympia level judges telling her like you have beautiful structure, we just need to see more of everything, like keep going, like to get that encouragement and that feedback from the women who are some of the best judges in the industry is just it lights a fire that it's hard to describe, and I could just see it in her, and I'm so glad. And she had
Mhm.
the most incredible experience at that show. So anyone considering that show, I highly recommend it. It was ran really well. Beautiful, like really awesome awards. They took such great care of the athletes. After every class, the judges went back and gave feedback. So that way athletes could get feedback right away. There's no men at the show, so it runs faster. Granted, it's still like a full big pro show, so it still took a while, but uh,
Yeah.
you got to see some of the best pros in every women's division, which was so cool. It
Mhm.
was just, I loved that show. And the pictures were awesome. The stage was like a national stage. The production quality was great. They live streamed it so friends and family can watch. Like her dad got to watch her from back in Colorado, back here. Um, so anyway, sorry, I ramble, but I can't help it.
No, I honestly like because I have a client. She competed her first time last year, and she's going into figure, and she's like very serious about this. Like she's on point with everything. Usually, like I had to tell her, like, dude, because she normally trains in the morning, and she's like, Kayla, how do I change up my meals if I'm gonna train like in the afternoon? And she's like, this is weird to me. I'm like, you just move your pre-workout to the different time of the day. And she was like, "Oh, it's that easy?" Like, "Yes, just like that." So, she's very on point with stuff, and she was wanting to compete next year, but and I've been kind of trying to think of, like, shows that she can do, and she's willing to travel for and stuff, and I'm gonna recommend this one for her too. So I think that that would be a really good opportunity for her to go and do for sure. And she's at like a much better point too, where it's not her first show. She's been serious about it. So, it's one thing if it's like your first show and you're trying to like save money and like just see if you like it, see how you do, do something local. But like once you've done a local show and you like want to progress and get to like a national level or a pro level, go travel, go do shows away from town, away from your local, especially like around here. Like we have the Twin Cities Open, which is like a pretty big show. And like Becky was the head judge at it this last year. So like you do get good feedback, but at the same time, it's still like North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, like Iowa, even like Nebraska. Like we're in a spot where it's just kind of like a dead zone. Like bodybuilding isn't really a big thing. So go to like, you know, Texas, Florida, an eastern state, like something like that, like Arizona, like to go and get good feedback and compete. Like and especially just if you really want to compete with more people too, like honestly.
Yeah, no, 100%. I just really I want to go back every year with somebody or somebody's. I just think logistically too, it was really easy. Like you fly into Phoenix, it was about a 25-minute drive from the
Nice.
airport, and it's called the Diamond or the Desert Diamond Arena.
Mhm.
And there's like tons of restaurants like right around it. It's almost kind of
Nice.
like a whole venue with like shops and restaurants like right outside the venue
Nice.
that were open super late. There's a huge casino right there. So there's Cold Stone, there's Mexican restaurants, there's pizza, there's like all options that are open late to get food after for people. Um, the Airbnb was super reasonable for the whole trip. Like everything, the
Nice.
cost of everything was really affordable because I don't feel like
Okay.
that insane.
Yeah,
Or there
don't
were
do anything
hotels,
in Vegas because Vegas is expensive as fuck when it comes to.
yeah, but there were
I'm sorry.
hotels
Let
in
me
like,
rephrase that. Muscle contest is expensive. I love
yeah,
muscle contest shows, but they are expensive.
yeah, and that this one was pretty standard, I feel like. But like there's hotels there too. I prefer having an Airbnb for having a kitchen.
Mhm.
They had microwaves backstage. They had the Olympia mirrors
Oh,
backstage. So the mirrors were huge.
oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it was real because that show is produced by Wings of Strength is owned by Jake Wood,
Oh,
who owns the Olympia. So like
yeah, I didn't know that.
all of the
That
best.
he owns Wings of Strength.
So all
Oh,
of the
that's
like
sick.
all the pro tan girls that tan at the Olympia are there. Like
Hmm.
it was 10 out of 10 experience. Like they glued her into her suit like super strategically. Like LeBeau is the hair and makeup, although some of her artists do not do a good job, I will say that. So get LeBeau herself to do it. um, if you can. But yeah, I'm gonna take girls back there again because it was
Well, maybe I'll see you there next year with one.
yeah, it was a really good show. Like I was really happy with it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm like literally gonna text her after this and be like, what about this show?
Yeah,
So
no, seriously. And I think if you win an overall, all the overall winners get paid entry into the Olympia Amateur or any of the Wings of Strength shows.
oh,
Pro qualifiers like Romania,
uh-huh.
which I don't know how many people are going to go overseas, but it's still as an option.
Mhm. No, that's super cool. That's awesome. I'm super pumped for that. Yeah, it's cool just like learning more about the shows around the area and especially like supporting women owned things, women supporting women, that kind of stuff. Not that I'm like a big feminist or anything like that. Like, I just still think it's like, I just feel like it's one of those things like as soon as you say something about like women feeling empowered, you're like a big feminist or something. And I'm just like, no, like I just like, I don't know.
Not, I'm a feminist. I love men too. We're all like, I'm just a humanist.
Yeah, like that's what it
Just
is. It's just that. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
But I thought it was really cool because like the way they ran it, so the NPC starts at 8 a.m. and then right after all the pros go. So all the NPC girlies could watch all the pro division
Oh,
between.
that's awesome.
So the pros start right after, and then the pro finals go before NPC finals. So everyone get like you can watch all your favorite pros compete. And
Mhm.
I think historically the divisions fill up like there are a lot, like the divisions were full. There were a lot of the only division that wasn't insane was wellness, but I think just because it's so close to the Olympia, a lot of those girls are kind of locked down.
Mhm.
But
Well,
but
women's bodybuilding, I think, only had 5 in the
yeah,
division. Yeah, which women's bodybuilding is going to be kind of small anyways, just because there's just less of them in general. But yeah,
yeah, it was cool. Highly recommend.
awesome. Well, cool. Well, I think we can end on that note because it's 7 o'clock now. Well, 7 o'clock here. You guys got to go train too. So, and I got to go eat. So I'm hungry. And I think Luke
I
just
don't have
updated my meal
noodles for
plan.
arms anymore.
Oh, look at that.
Look,
Look at
I
your
actually
biceps.
I'm not like disgustingly skinny anymore. Thank God.
No, your face is nice and like has some roundness to it, like
Yeah,
some
the
curves,
novel
but
thing.
you're still lean, so it's nice.
I'm not like the crypt keeper's daughter.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, give it a couple months and then it's gonna be my turn. And then I get
Yes.
to start the leaning out process. So I can't wait. But I think Luke just updated my meals because I just got a notification while we were on this that your nutrition plan was updated. And I was like, yes, more
More
food,
food or less.
more, more food. Mhm.
As I'm eating.
I was wondering if that's what you were eating was a nerd's rope.
I am obsessed. They're only 19 carbs and no fat.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude, I have them pre-workout like pretty much.
Nice.
It's so good. And I have like, it digests beautifully. Like it doesn't sit heavy, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I have it like an hour and a half before I train. And it's just like a tasty little candy.
Mhm.
So fucking good. If
See?
they create
Balance.
a cotton candy one, I'm gonna be eating them way too much.
Oh, last thing. Speaking of like cotton candy, that made me think about Ghost. Have you tried the raspberries and cream one?
No.
Oh, it's so good. I just ordered
Is it?
it.
I'll have to try it. I don't usually like artificial raspberry flavor, but maybe the and cream will offset it enough.
It's not like super overwhelming. It's like, it's really smooth.
I'm trusting you. If it sucks, I'm gonna be pissed.
I thought it was great.
Okay.
I ordered a whole case, so it was that good.
You're like, listen. Case, ordering it.
But
Well,
okay,
I
we'll have fun
see
training.
you in like 3 weeks this weekend.
3 weeks. Woo! I'm so pumped. And Carolyn will be there too. She's just not here today. So
Yeah, 100. It'll be so fun. I can't wait. Enzo will be at the dog sitters. Thank God.
Speaking of, I need to get dog sitters for that weekend. So thanks for reminding me.
Yep, you're welcome. Go do it. I love you. Go have a good night. We're gonna go train and I'll talk to you probably tomorrow.
I'm sure you will. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.